Good morning, students. Welcome back. First PUC economics class. Okay, in the last classes we were discussing about the statistics for economics, and also second chapter we discussed about collection of data. Okay, so yesterday what I sent in group, the last main, that was project oriented question. Okay, not necessary to write answers, not necessary to fill that answers. So what I given, you have to write as like as. Okay, as it is same only. You have to write same what I given. Don't change any answers or any questions. Not necessary to fill that one. Okay, that is only questionnaire. That is especially for annual examination, it will come for 5 marks. That is project oriented question. Don't forget project oriented question. You have to write same. So what I given in the group, that same you have to write. No, without any changes. That is only questions, not answers. Right? Don't fill that. Same as it is, you have to write. That's it. Okay. So in the second chapter, we were discussing about the classification, like collection of data. So in that we discussed sources of data, how to collect the data or data, how to collect the data or how to collect the information about a particular topic, about a particular person. Okay, so about economic issues or socio-economic issues or economic problems. So it is not only enough to understand the problems, which one, that is not only collect, we have to organize properly, we have to arrange properly, because to search any or to find out any important topic or important book or important news or important subject, so any important things, that time it is highly impossible to search when it is unarranged. If it is arranged, that time we can easily identify, we can easily select that one. For example, if you write name of the notebook on your notebook, that time usually you can identify it, like which is belongs to economics, which is belongs to accountancy, which is belongs to business studies, which is belongs to computer science. Without not writing, without not mentioning, if the books are all are same, that time it is not possible to select easily. So that's why we have to arrange properly any information or any topic or any things to understand easily, to select easily. Okay, to check easily, we have to arrange. So that's why to understand the economic or social problems, we need to organize the data. We need to organize means arrange the data. Okay, without organized data, we can call like unorganized data. Without arranging, that is unorganized data, that is called as raw data. It is highly impossible to present. Actually, after completing collection of data, the next step is organize the data and present the data. Organize the data and present the data in particular form. Okay, so that is now we are going to discuss in the chapter number 3, that is organization of data or data. Okay, so further the first step is, that is we have to understand the meaning of statistics. Second one is we discussed about the collection of data. So through the primary data and secondary data, like which one, mailing questionnaire, personal interview, telephone interview, pilot survey. So like this also we collected the information. So after collecting information, it is highly impossible to explain that one. First, after collecting, the next step is we have to organize. Another step is we have to present. So that is in we will discuss in next chapter. In the chapter number 4, we will discuss about presentation of data, in which way we have to present in the form of table, like that, pie chart, like graph. So through that also we can explain or we can present. So before that, we have to understand organization of data. So organization of data means it's nothing but after collecting the information, we have to arrange properly, step by step, one by one, either ascending or descending. So to understand any topic, to get the solution for any problem, we have to arrange properly. The first we have to arrange the problem, we have to arrange the data. So that is only we have to discuss in this chapter. This is the chapter number 3 under the statistics for economics. The chapter name is organization of data. These are all methods to understand any important problems or any important topic. First one, introduction for statistics for economics, like importance of statistics for economics. Then second one, collection of data. Third one is organization of data. It's very important. So okay, in this chapter we are going to study or we are going to discuss about these points. So what are the points? Classify the data for further statistical analysis. For the sake of analyze or for to get the solution for the problems, we need classify the data. We need to classify the data. First we have to collect the data. After that we have to classify the data. How we can classify? That is we can study under this chapter. Okay, as I guess, second point, distinguish between quantitative and qualitative. Actually, there are so many classification of data. So in that classification, we can observe quantitative, qualitative, spatial. Okay, like that we have to observe, we have to study under the classification of data in the third chapter of organization of data. In this chapter, we have to discuss, we have to study these important points. What are there? One is classify the data for further statistical analysis. Okay, to understand, to analyze, to divide, okay, which belongs to which. So what we have to study, so for which we have to give the importance. Okay, like that. First we have to classify the data. Then we have to distinguish between, we have to understand, we have to know the distinguish between which are belongs to quantitative, which are belongs to qualitative, which are belongs to spatial. Like this we have to understand. The data after classification we have to divide. So what are the quantitative, what are the qualitative, everything we will discuss in this chapter. And also after dividing like this, we have to prepare a frequency distribution. We have to prepare frequency distribution table. So in this again we have to discuss about what is the meaning of frequency, then what is the expression of frequency distribution of table. Okay, frequency distribution table we have to understand. So in that only we can explain. And also after collecting information, after collecting the data, after distinguishing, after preparing the frequency distribution, we have to explain with the help of with the help of the method, that is tally marking. Tally marking, it will comes like this only. Okay, this is tally marking. It is also very important and it's very easy. Okay, it is also come for 5 marks. Anyhow, so after dividing, after classifying, after distinguishing, after preparing, we have to explain this with the help of method of tally marking. And the next one, differences between univariate single and bivariate 2 frequency distribution. So in this chapter we have to discuss differences between univariate means single, then bivariate 2. So frequency distribution we have to understand in this chapter. Okay, so this is organization of data. Organization of data, that means after collecting the data from the source of through primary data and secondary data, or through the personal interview, telephone interview, mailing questionnaire, pilot survey, census, national sample survey organization. Through this, what we are collecting information, that is we have to arrange properly, we have to maintain properly, okay, we have to organize properly. So that is only we have to understand with the help of this chapter, organization of data. Which way we have to organize, which way we have to divide, which way we have to arrange properly. So that is only we have to discuss in this chapter, that is organization of data. Okay, in this first we have to discuss about the raw data. In this we have to discuss about the raw data. The first thing, it will come for 1 mark or 2 mark. Okay, what is the meaning of raw data? So what we have collected information from through the sources of primary data and secondary data, that is we can consider as a raw data. Raw data means unclassified data or unorganized data. Okay, that is unorganized data or unclassified data. Okay, what we are collected information or what we are collected the data from the primary and secondary sources, so that is not enough to understand the economic problems. Then what we have to do to understand that, to understand easily, to draw meaningful conclusion from that, we have to need organize the data. After collection of data, to give the meaningful conclusion, we need to organize the data. And also proper organization and presentation is very important to explanation of systematic statistical analysis. Which one? So what we are collected information, compulsory we need to organize data. What for? To give the meaningful conclusion. And so proper organization and presentation. Proper organization like proper arrangement and proper presentation like implementation. So that is very important for systematic statistical analysis. For example, if you give the information like date of birth like 10, 20, date of birth like 20, 10, 1990. Okay, this is the perfect information. Suppose if you give like 20, 85 like this, there is no guarantee. Okay, and also sometimes we are giving information like height, weight, like degrees, temperature, okay, kgs, liters. So when we are giving perfect information, we have to arrange properly. That is called only organization of data. Suppose if you ask how many students are there in your classroom, that time if you say like sometimes 40, sometimes 20, sometimes 45, so that is unorganized data. If you tell properly there is availability is 40 students, that time that is organized data. If you tell like sometimes 40, maybe 41, like 42, if you tell like this, that is unorganized data. So raw data means unorganized data. It's nothing but unorganized data, otherwise unclassified data. Okay, unclassified data are called as raw data. Unclassified data are called as raw data. Okay, to understand the raw data, first we have to check the collection of data. After collection of data, again we have to do the which one? Organization of data. For that sake only we have to study in this chapter. So chapter number 3, we are discussing about chapter number 3. So this is chapter name is organization of data. So in this chapter, once again I repeat, we have to study or we have to discuss, classify the data for further statistical analysis. Second one, distinguish between quantitative and qualitative classification. Prepare a frequency distribution table. Method of tally marking. Differences between univariate and bivariate frequency distribution. Everything we will discuss. Okay, just only we discuss about the raw data. Raw data is nothing but unclassified data or unorganized data. Okay, without arranging. Okay, if you arrange properly, that is organized data. If you not arrange properly, that is unorganized data. Okay, remaining we will discuss in next class. Thank you.